Hey, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our elders of GMS, and salutation and peace and much blessings to your hopeful elect of the children of Israel, people of Negro, Latino, Native American, Seminole Indian descent that is sincere and is true. Israelite foreigners, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, and are scattered amongst the four corners of the earth and living amongst the heathen nations and look like the heathen nation but are Israelites on their father's sides. And you walk with us, humbling yourself as well to escape these pending dooms that is coming upon this world. All right. This is who these messages are for. This is who these videos are for. These videos are warnings, you know. Warnings come in different forms, repentance, and warn you if you do this and do that, and you're going, if you don't hearken to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you're going to be destroyed. Period. Right. But what I have here is this is serious. See, new strain of gonorrhea, totally resistant to antibiotics, as experts fear epidemic. Isn't epic? I'm pretty sure epidemic is nationwide. That's pretty much what a lot of these articles are saying here. The world is on a verge. And let me do this here. It's like it. Epidemic. Pan is pandemic and epidemic. Just to refresh my memory. A widespread occurrence of an infectious disease in a community at a particular time. Of a disease occurring widely in a community at a particular time. So pan, let me do this here. Pandemic, a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease of a whole country or the world at a particular time. Okay, so now we got understanding what they're saying. I just had to refresh my memory. So, it's an epidemic. So China is reporting rates of strain resistance to one of the last remaining infectious antibiotics at a rate of 40 times higher than in the US, UK, and Canada. I'm just scooting down. The study conducted by the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention has sounded the alarm about the dire situation, highlighting the ineffectiveness of standard treatments such as ciprofloxacin, azithromycin, and in combating the super gonorrhea strain. Right, researchers collecting over 2,800 bacterial samples in 2022 with over 90% resistant to ciprofloxacin. And that ciprofloxacin is some powerful stuff. I remember back in the 90s, they used to give ciprofloxacin to kids with flu or severe coughing. I can't remember the name of the coughing infection that coughed like hell, but that ciprofloxacin used to kick some serious butt. And I'm pretty sure they probably still administer ciprofloxacin for a lot of things, like illnesses and stuff. But let me look. I'm going to go to the scriptures first, but let me do this first. Strain. Okay, but here it says the world is on the verge of a new epidemic, thanks to super gonorrhea spreading like wildfire in China, according to a new study. Around 98% of those tested with the irritating sex disease were found to be totally resistant to antibiotics. So this has already been reported here in Babylon, along with a lot of other stuff like, this is, when He said these things won't slack, and I'll get the scripture in a second. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 28 and 58 I can start with, but hold on, give me a second here. Warning, dangerous infection outbreak in 17 states, including and this isn't, I don't think this is sexual here. This is something else as far as concerning measles. And I mean, they're coming. Here, let me read this here. Deuteronomy 28 and 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear his glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy power, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed. Here, slack it. Yeah, this is part of the last days. This is part of this devil going down, these plagues here. Here we go. The Lord thy power will make these plagues wonderful. I wanted to go into that word wonderful, just so what's it? Make these plagues wonderful.
Strong's H 6381. Pala.
To be marvelous, be wonderful, be surpassing, be extraordinary, separate by distinguishing action. And I can vouch that, what's it say? Uncurable is an extraordinary or distinguishing action. I'm pretty sure that qualifies to be beyond one's power, be difficult to do, to be difficult to understand, to be wonderful, be extraordinary. When you think this is something, just wait. The worst is yet to come. Very unusual or remarkable. There you go. So, this is 2nd Ezra 16. Okay, it says here. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fires kindling shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. But you know that main plague is also going to be the fire that's coming. But let me continue on. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. That's true. Jake reading these things and not putting in the equation that, oh, we're just living an unlawful life. We're living an ungodly life. And we're living lawlessly. And, I just think it's just it just happens. Oh, it just happened. I caught this infection. I should have just strapped up there. Jake don't make no sense out of nothing, man. Out of nothing. So they're literally just out there just doing what they do. But again, it says, if thou wilt not observe to do all his words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear thee, this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy power, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sour sickness, and of long continuance. Just look at plagues. Plague is a disease that affects humans and other animals. And there's a disease going around that they said is going to start, if it hasn't already, but diseases from deers, zombie deer disease, or something like that. That's whatever the disease is going to start jumping on humans. Just devil something else. He's zombie deer. It's zombie deer disease. What the hell is going to come from this? What are the symptoms of a zombie deer disease? The prions of the disease cause cells in the brain and spinal cord to fold abnormally and start clumping. Around a year after getting infected, animals start showing symptoms including dementia, wobbliness, drooling, aggression, and weight loss. So zombie disease. I live around zombies. I buy corn for deer. I said I live around zombies. Well, I do. I live around deers, and I buy corn for deers. I just like their presence. It might come to the time. It might have to be used as food. Deer is lawful to eat. Zombie deer is a chronic wasting disease, and I'm trying to find where it mentions it. From animals to humans. The World Health Organization has urged keeping agents of known prior disease, such as animal infected with zombie deer disease, from entering the human food chain. However, there is no strong evidence that humans can get infected with the CWD prions from animals. But see, there it is right there. The zombie deer disease epidemic spreads in Yellowstone as scientists raise fears it may jump to humans. There was a time. This was last year that right in the front, there were, if I can remember, there were 30 something or 40 deers at one time, right there in the front yard. I was in awe, like, wow. Jumping around, just having a good time, playing, practicing, fighting. They were out there getting busy. I haven't seen nothing like that since. I mean, there would come like 6 to 10, every once in a while. Every once in a while you'll see 1 or 2, But this is March. We're going to start seeing babies next month into, well, actually not April, but into May and June is when they start having, is it what they call fawns? I'm not sure what they call it, the baby ones, but the mother's going to start giving birth to their newborns in beginning of May till December, and it's always the same time of year every year, every year. It's amazing to see, though. This devil has to go. You know, he's infecting the whole world. You know, like what's the saying? Revelation destroyeth him who destroyed the earth. And this devil's got to. He got to go. Interesting. Is it Revelation 11:7? No. There it is. The earth, and it didn't come up. Revelation 11:18. When I hit the earth, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Esau's behind all these plagues, you know, a lot of them. And a lot of these plagues are coming for you because of your own goddamn wickedness. Being an adulterer, being a fornicator, being a whore, being a moe, you know. That's why these things happen, man, because you're totally not hearkening to the word, the Lord our power. What's it? The nations were filled with wrath, but now the time of your wrath has come. It is time to judge the dead and reward your servants, the prophets, as well as your holy people, and all who fear your name, from the least to the greatest. It is time to destroy all who have caused destruction on the earth. Yeah, but this is something else right here. Where's it at? So you should have your spirit in check as far as controlling that heat. You know, hey, some horrible times where you gotta, you meet a girl, man. You better put some serious praying in, and it better be some serious, sincere praying as well, that he protects you in these times, man. So this is everywhere. It ain't just in China, like it's mentioning. It's been here. This has been here. It's November 3rd, 2023. But let me visit this other one. Because this is serious as well. I lost it. Yeah, I lost it. Just lucky. I have no idea what happened to it. Okay, let me just go here. So reading this here. time ago when I was in grade school, I remember having to stay home from school because somebody in our class had measles. Of course, I had no clue at the time, but my parents were concerned, so they kept me out of school for a few days and kept an eye on me to see if I had measles. It turned out I did not. I don't care about his personal life, but I want to get into what the article was talking about. When I became a parent, all the kids received MMR vaccinations, and years later, we did not think of measles as an issue until now. Okay, so as of March 14, 2024, a total of 58 measles cases were reported by 17 jurisdictions: Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, New Jersey, New York, Oak City, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Washington. And this is one of those diseases that can spread rapidly too. CDC News is reporting that this would mark one of the steepest increase in infections for this time of year in years. So, and it can become fatal. This can become fatal. One out of every 1,000 measles cases will develop acute encephalitis, which often results in permanent brain damage. 1 to 3 out of 1,000 children who become infected with measles will die from respiratory and neurologic complications. Subacute sclerosing panencephalitis is a rare but fatal degenerate disease of the central nervous system, characterized by behavioral or intelligent deterioration and seizures that generally develop 7 to 10 years after measles infection. So did I finish that Deuteronomy? The world ain't seen nothing yet. So here we go. Making them wonderful, making the plagues wonderful. Okay. Long continuance and sour sickness, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of the law, which is not written in the book of this law, then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Yeah. Some horrible times. Okay, so I really got into this here. This has been growing concerns for years, but for the current strain's ability to evade medications is particularly troubling. Why else would that be happening? That's by design. Right? And a little bit of evolution involved with these infections, man, the abuse of drugs, and they probably evolved from that. They probably mutated. That's the word I was looking for, mutate, not evolution. But things can evolve, but it's particularly troubled. China is reporting rates of strain resistance to one of the last remaining effective antibiotics at a rate of 40 times higher than in the U.S., UK, and Canada. That was conducted by the United Center for Disease Control and Prevention sounded alarm about the dire situation, highlighting the effectiveness of standard treatments such as the drugs I read earlier, gonorrhea strains. So it's the world. Hey, don't be surprised. Hell, if these diseases get to the point that they even give you the, we got to give you this C hip, and the C hip has the treatment for it, and, it'll cure you. Man, this devil, just expect him to come from from everywhere. And don't dismiss nothing like it sounds crazy, but it's things you can't doubt, man. Because we're dealing with Esau here. We're dealing with a devil here, man. That he poisons his own water he has to drink. It's a damn devil, man. So let me go back and see if there's any other precepts for plagues that I can close. It's mentioned quite a few times. Or plague or plagues. Go to 2 Ezra 15 and 49. Okay. Okay, so to us who should deliver us out of the hand of these mighty gods. These are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness. Okay, so there you go. Oh, slack it. Will it just do plague? Okay, plagues in here quite a few times as well. And that's why I said prayer, especially in these times if you're dealing with these women, prayer before you go into them. So like the scripture says, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. I mean, reading that precept and believing that don't mean you can go acting and recklessly and doing what the hell you want. These are evil times. The scripture says, because the days are evil. Mm. 2 Ezra 15 and 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. There's a scripture in Deuteronomy that mentions a burning. A burning. I should have read that, but it's all good. Shalom.